When it comes to avoidant behavior, character matters. Values matter. Every individual is a unique person. And yes, insecurities can absolutely fuel and drive hurtful, toxic behavior. But this person always still has a choice. And it is for that reason why most avoidants do not cheat in relationships. Yes, they are more prone to it, but 66% of avoidants don't cheat. 34% do. That's a high number. But if these were purely trauma responses, then 100% of avoidants would cheat, but they don't. Many avoidants also do not ghost. They simply will not do that to somebody else. And many avoidants also will not abruptly discard a partner. Which goes to show you that the individual character and the moral values of this person are a factor. Yes, behaviors can be fueled by insecurity and traumas of the past, but a fully grown adult still has choices. A fully grown adult is still responsible for their actions. The more insecure a person becomes, the more self-absorbed they tend to become because they're looking for ways to soothe those insecurities, to feel better about themselves, to find comfort, to feel good in general, chase that dopamine, to numb their pain and anxiety. But avoidance still absolutely can feel enough empathy to know that doing things like cheating, ghosting, discarding are a very hurtful thing to somebody else and they choose not to do it. In fact, there are plenty of avoidants that are quite upfront about their emotional unavailability. Some go out there seeking a casual relationship saying they don't want anything committed. They let their person know up front that they just want something casual and surface level because they know they're not emotionally available and they're not looking to hurt anybody. Now, there are obviously ones that know that they are prone to shutting down and pushing people away and discarding and cheating and ghosting and doing all that kind of stuff, and they still choose to engage in that anyway, hurting person after person. That's a reflection of that person's character. It's a reflection of their values and their choices because they do have free will. They have the ability to choose something different, but they're so wrapped up in themselves and whatever that they perceive that they want, need, feel, or fear that they're not even willing to remotely consider the feelings or the need or pain of another person. It's a complete lack of empathy. But avoidants can feel empathy, and that's the precise reason why many avoidants do not engage in those completely overtly hurtful behaviors because they do have a choice. They absolutely do. It is not pure trauma response based. Now, certain things are largely trauma responses. For example, when they get flooded, overwhelmed with anxiety to the point where they can't really think and process their emotions because they're so triggered, that generally is a trauma response. And often that person does need a little bit of space to sort things out and to regulate themselves. But that's not an excuse to go out and cheat. That's not an excuse to ghost somebody or discard somebody. See, there can be a choice. This person can choose to just take space and regulate themselves, but still come back and not do hurtful things. It is absolutely a reflection of the person's character and their values when they do things to you that are overtly and blatantly hurtful. And understand that insecurities are always a factor because cheating, ghosting, discarding, secure people don't do that. People with a good self-esteem simply do not do that to other people. And if you've had any of those behaviors happen to you, don't blame yourself because you can't make anybody do those things. This is a reflection of that person, their insecurities, and their character. It's never your fault. You can't force somebody to treat you that way.